What has happened to the oohs and ahs in the sport of boxing? Ladies and gentlemen, I always pride myself to break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. And I always say that I created the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and smash the like button to preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. Entertainment is the primary word. Entertainment is what the fans are looking for. And there's only been a few fighters lately that has given the fight fan excitement. Gervonta Davis, Bam Rodriguez, and Naoya Inoue. These guys have captivated the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. You know, there's a lot of fighters out there that has gotten great wins. You know what I'm saying? Great accomplishments. But has it been that type of excitement that makes you be like, you know what, man, I want to see this again. I want to buy that ticket. I want to buy that pay-per-view. And I want to tell my friends, my family about this fighter that in this upcoming event, yo, you got to watch this fighter. Who is giving that type of excitement? There's not enough in the sport of boxing as of late. And I believe that that's one of the primary issues in the sport of boxing. Well, one of the primary issues as well has been the inactivity of elite fighters in the sport of boxing. But excitement, making a statement. There's only few fighters that has made that type of statement. Again, great wins, good outings, good performances, but not excitement. Bam Rodriguez, when he knocked out Juan Francisco Estrada, was exciting. Everybody's talking about Bam Rodriguez, the type of statement and the type of performance versus a credible name that has got people putting him in the top 5 pound for pound list. Naoya Inoue, they call him the monster. You feel me? Knocking everybody out, even going through adversity and something and things of that nature, like he did versus Nonito Donaire, like he did versus Luis Neri as of late. Because we got to talk about what's happening lately. When he knocked him down in the first round, and then he came right back, rallied up, and then was playing around with Luis Neri and knocked him out. Right? And Gervonta Davis, a pay-per-view attraction. He probably doesn't have the accomplishments of Naoya Inoue, a 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed, and the Bam Rodriguez, or the type of resume and the guys that Bam Rodriguez has beaten, like Ronvasai and Cuadras and Juan Francisco Estrada, right? Gervonta Davis has just been one of the most consistent performers in the sport of boxing. You may not feel that Gervonta Davis has matched the expectations, because I believe that his resume could be better. I believe that he could fight more elite fighters and could put more elite fighters in his resume. And that's why I want to see Gervonta Davis, you know what I'm saying, challenge and dare to be great. The likes of Teofimo Lopez, who's also an entertaining fighter, but he has some great wins. I'm going to give it the example I wanted to give earlier. See, like, let's say a guy like Teofimo Lopez. I believe that he got the best wins of this young generations, right? The best win, the best resume. He's a two-time lineal champion. But you know what I'm saying? While he beat Vasily Lomachenko, that was a while ago, right? And he beat Josh Taylor. It was great performance, but did it captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans? Was it a knockout? Did it give the people, oh my God, oh? I mean, he was playing around with him, but it didn't give that type of statement like it did with Bam Rodriguez. The type of statement that Naoya Inoue gave. And the statement, of course, Gervonta Davis is not beating the elite fighters, but he is, like I said in the beginning, captivating the imaginations and the emotions of the boxing fans. It doesn't have to be that you're beating the best. Are you captivating the imaginations and the emotions of the boxing fans? Sometimes illusion sells. Sometimes perception sells. And sometimes, especially nowadays, in the sport, in the sport industry or in society as well, perception is the new reality. So Gervonta Davis is giving that type of perception and illusion that whoever he steps inside the ring with, he's going to knock out. And that's why people are happy to pay for it. That's why people is like, yo, man, put him on the pound for pound list. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about no belts, because the performance is superseding the accomplishments. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. In the end of the day, it's prize fighting, and it's still a business, and there's content to be sold to these type of networks. And Gervonta Davis, you know what I'm saying, just gives the network just that. You know what I'm saying? He compliments the networks. He compliments the fans, and the fans compliment him with their money. You know what I'm saying? And he complements everything else with the performances. Just like Naoya Inoue, he's a major star out there in Japan. And Bam Rodriguez is going to become a major star, of course, because of his division. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for people to be, in tune with the little division and stuff like that. But if he climbs up and he challenges the likes of Naoya Inoue, I think that should come through fruition in a year and a half or so. Let Bam Rodriguez grow a little bit, but Inoue is also stepping up as well. I don't see nobody beating Inoue anytime soon. I do not see anybody beating Bam Rodriguez anytime soon, and I don't see anybody in the lightweight division beating Gervonta Davis unless if he step up. And like I said before, if he fights Teofimo Lopez, that's the biggest challenge in the 140-pound division, and that's a great fight, entertaining fight, and I believe that's one of the best matchups in the sport of boxing, or probably the best matchup in the sport of boxing outside of the other fight that the fans been asking for, Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. But I believe that Canelo Alvarez is looking to fight the winner of Dimitri Bivol and Beterbiev. That's going to be happening in a couple, I believe, next week or the couple of weeks. Canelo Alvarez, right? He's the king of boxing, but is he captivating the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans of late? Nah, not really. Great wins. He's putting down his opponents. He's not knocking out his opponents, right? If we look at the heavyweight division, Alexander Usyk beat Anthony Joshua. Alexander Usyk beat Tyson Fury. Is it the type of oohs and ahs, like, we got to see this guy again? I mean, look, there's something to say about a 12-round, entertainment, beating this guy from pillar to post for a whole 12 rounds. But I don't know if that's the type of performance, not performance, but the type of statement that is going to be like, yo, we got Mike Tyson back. You see, Mike Tyson stays in our psyche, of the fight fan psyche, because he just stamped entertainment, a wow in our minds and our hearts that is never going to go away. Mike Tyson is immortal. Manny Pacquiao is immortal. That's why we always talk about Floyd Mayweather, but we talk about Pretty Boy Floyd. We don't talk about Money May as the excitement. We talk about, damn, but you remember Pretty Boy Floyd? Roy Jones Jr., the fighter of the decade, the evolution of speed and power. We haven't seen anything like that just yet. But I believe that there's elements of other fighters that has come from that tree, the Roy Jones Jr. tree. And I believe another young fighter that I believe is going to captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans is Ben Whitaker. They're going to be performing as well during the in the card of Beterbiev versus Bivol. If we're talking about women boxing as well, Amanda Serrano, the 7th Division World Champion, you already know, undisputed, going to be daring to be great once again, trying to become a 2-time undisputed champion, and facing Katie Taylor, who as well, both these beautiful women has been a trailblazer in the sport of boxing, has been the faces of women boxing, as has been the best ambassador. Both of these girls right here, they fight like, no disrespect, but you look at Katie Taylor, you look at Amanda Serrano, they be like, hey, yo, they fight like men. You know what I'm saying? Their skills is tight. They're very sharp. They're dedicated to their craft, dedicated to the game, dedicated to uplifting boxing and women boxing as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So give credit to Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. They're going to be performing November 15th on the co-main event. And it could have been, they could have had their own main event, but they're going to be fighting on the co-main event of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul has captivated the interest of the boxing fan as well. Let's talk about also the interest. There's other fighters that has captivated the interest of boxing. You know what I'm saying? The thing about the Bam Rodriguez, the Naoya Inoue, and the Gervonta Davis is that they have been very consistent in entertaining the fans. Regardless who are they fighting, they have been consistent in their performance. There might be people that be like, yo, but he didn't fight him and he didn't fight, but they have been consistent. 2024 has been, more of a showcase year. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been like great fight after great fight after great fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of potentials out there. A lot of potential from Virgil Ortiz versus Boachik, right? It's one of the great fights in this in one of the great, I believe it's probably going to be fight of the year, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's another fighter that a lot of people believe that could captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans. I believe that fight captivated the imagination, the emotions. Sometimes it's not even a fighter. Sometimes it's a fight. You feel me? So The Daniel Dubois out there in the UK captivated the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans of late. We probably could add Daniel Dubois as well. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Dubois, in my opinion, I believe if the referee would have count that legal low blow, you know what I'm saying? A legal body shot, not a legal low blow, a legal body shot versus Alexander Usyk. We're talking about Daniel Dubois being the fighter of the year, and I believe he's probably going to be the fighter of the year. Bud Crawford, he went to the 154-pound division, captured a 4th-division world champion versus Mazrimov, but was that a statement? Was that entertaining? No. So all I'm saying is the boxing is lacking oohs and ahs. I believe that these fighters, especially if you're going to be if you're an elite fighter, and they're going to have somebody in front of you that's going to be tailor-made for you to look good and give the fans the oohs and ahs. That statement win. It's not, I believe is the history of the sport of boxing that not everybody fights the best, fighting the best. Oscar de la Hoya did that, you know what I'm saying? But boxing doesn't work like that. But when you get these showcase fights, these tune-ups, these stay busy fights, these are the type of fights that you got to capture the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. So then when you call out for the best fight and the best, everybody is in tune with those type of fights. I'm giving one example. Bud Crawford, he knocked out David Avenesian. Earl Spence broke the orbital bone of Ugas. Both have great performance. You put them up together, and then we're looking at a great potential fight. Bud Crawford captivated the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans when he beat Earl the True Spence to the point everybody thinks, well, not everybody, but a lot of people think that he could actually challenge Canelo Alvarez. It's not that it's just Bud Crawford. It was the illusion of that performance. That performance gave you the perception, the illusion that, oh my God, Bud Crawford could be or could challenge and move up 3 divisions up to fight Canelo Alvarez. And that's what I mean about the oohs and ahs. Perception sells, illusion sells. Sometimes being great and just having great accomplishment is just not enough in the sport of boxing in terms of, bringing in the dollars, putting butts in the seats. That's just not enough. You have to captivate the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. I believe when people say that boxing is dying, I don't believe it's dying, but I think that the entertainment value is not at its highest. It's at its probably lowest in a very long time. But I think that we're better than what Mayweather left us off with, because the heavyweight division was not what it used to be. Thankful for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, and both sides of the pond. They was entertaining heavyweights, and you know what they say: wherever the heavyweight goes, boxing goes. But I think that these young fighters has been doing very, very well. But we need more oohs and ahs. We need more entertainment, and I believe that's one of the primary things in the sport of boxing that is lacking, and that's the issue in the sport of boxing. Just like we like to say that, Canelo Alvarez is the king of boxing. He needs to fight the David Benavidez. He needs to be responsible. He's the face of boxing. I believe every elite fighter is responsible because all the elite fighters are the faces of boxing. Just like the NBA rely on Steph Curry and LeBron James, boxing rely on Canelo Alvarez, Teofimo Lopez, Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Gervonta Davis, Naoya Inoue, and now Bam Rodriguez, and then the upcoming stars like Ben Whitaker, like a David Benavidez, like they count on David Benavidez as well, the Mexican monster, and he's also an entertaining fighter as well. Didn't captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans versus Alexandre, right, in his last outing. Or Toa Beterbiev, another fighter that hasn't been in the ring for quite some time. That's why I said lately. So any fighter out there looking at this video, I said lately, meaning probably your last matchup, or if you've been fighting within the 12 months. Have you captivated the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans? How many people have you brought into the sport of boxing? How many eyes have you sustained in the sport of boxing? Have you bringing a new fan base in the sport of boxing? Have you intrigued the old and the new to come and watch the sport of boxing? These are the things that these fighters have to, and their team has to really come to grips with and really analyze. Boxing needs the eyes. And these guys right here that I put on the thumbnail are really being consistent and performance. We need more of that. We need statements. Now, if it's the best fighting the best, you know what I'm saying? Then I expect a tough. I expect a fight like Loma versus Haney. I expect a fight like Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez, one of the best fight in the best in ever. I expect Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. You see, I expect it to be. I don't expect it to be easy. I expect it to be. You know what I'm saying? I see some signs, the physical chess match. I expect that. But when you have an elite fighter fighting, like I said just a couple of minutes ago, fighter, tune up, stay busy. You know what I'm saying? Tailor made for you to look good. Those are the type of fights that create the buzz. So then we can ask for the big fights and create that type of illusion. And this is the best fight in the best is going to give us the first round of Hagler versus Hearns, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Y'all already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know it's Mr. Moonshine, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. Café Bustelo, a.k.a. Pastor de Boxeo. Put on the comment section who you think is that fighter that's captivating the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans lately. I'm not talking about 2 years, within the 2 years. I'm probably not even talking about the year and a half. I'm talking about the year, between the 12 months. Who is the fighter that you believe is bringing new eyeballs in the sport of boxing, sustaining the interest of the sport of boxing, and is keeping boxing afloat? Y'all already know, man. God first, everything second. Fight plus 5 equals 2 champions. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Y'all already know. Christ is king. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.